Speaking of aging New England politicians.
Oh, what's up, everyone?
Here comes here's Susan Collins. I mean, look, she realizes she's lost the Trumpistas anyways. And so and she would be the first of the Republicans probably to start to hint at this. But here is Susan Collins sitting down with Katie Tur and asked the question, like, what do you think that is going to happen with Trump in the future?
Charlottesville and the aftermath of what happened there have been driving a lot of the national conversation. And in the wake of that, your Republican colleague, Senator Corker, questioned President Trump's competency. Senator Tim Scott said the president had compromised his moral authority. What do you say about the president's response?
The president had an obligation, a moral obligation, to speak with absolute clarity from the very beginning and stick with that, not shift back and forth, to denounce the neo-Nazis, the white supremacists, the anti-Semitism that we heard. And unfortunately, he wavered back and forth. There are no good neo-Nazis.
So what does that say to you about his leadership?
In this case, I think the president failed to meet the standard that we would have expected a president to do in a time like that. There should be no place for hatred, bigotry, and racism in this country, and he should have said that very clearly. He did at times, but then he wavered back and forth.
Given your concerns about that, Senator, at what point, though, given what we've heard from your Republican colleagues, too, does that talk turn into action? At what point, if any, do you not support, for example, his renomination?
Well, I didn't support the president when he was our party's nominee. That was a very difficult position for me to take. I'd never taken it before. Instead, I wrote in the name of Paul Ryan. And that was very hard for me to do as a lifelong Republican.
So what happens? He's already running for re-election. What happens next?
Well, it's far too early to tell now. There's a long ways between now and that point.
Do you think he will end up the party's nominee in 2020?
It's too difficult to say.
Okay.
Well, I mean, first off, Paul Ryan, Donald Trump, same politics, at least, but the idea that Susan Collins is not confident that Donald Trump will be the nominee. And, you know, she's obviously not saying, I think I have good reason to believe he's going to have a heart attack. No, what she's suggesting is that there's obviously people are talking about it.
That man is an aneurysm waiting to happen. Samantha, would you like to know why Blake Farenthold wasn't at the white supremacist rally in Charlottesville? Not fit enough to walk with a tiki torch. Boom. See that guy? One picture of him should be enough to dissuade anybody of the tasteless notion of white supremacy. Stay woke. Fuck you all. Jimmy Dore rules.
Hi, folks. Sam Seder here. We still need your help on our Patreon page. YouTube ads have come back, but not nearly as much as we had before. So if you can help us out, any little bit helps. Head over to our Patreon page right at this URL, and you'll help us keep helping you by making videos